Hi Taurians and Taurian lovers. This reading is for the second half of December 2018. And that of course includes the full moon in Cancer that we have coming up. Though I do hope to put up a full moon reading for you as well. We shall see how that works out. Now, this is a little different than the first two mid-month readings I did. I did Cancers and Aquas with the love and business division, which I think I used for the full month readings. Those are up already. And new moon readings. There were some new moon readings put up in the week after the new moon. But I'm returning to a Celtic cross spread. I don't have logic for why two signs got one and now I'm gravitating back this way. It's just how we're doing it. I wish you could see these cards, Taurus. I'm sorry, I'll show them to you. But we have the Five of Wands right off the bat, so a lot of you are in disputes. It might feel like downright feuds. And then we have the Four of Wands in reverse. So a lot of you feel also like you're moving backwards. So we're starting here with the Five of Wands and going back to the Four of Wands, which is in reverse. So I think it's disputes, fights, arguments, disagreements. Not necessarily fights isn't the word I want to use. I mean, maybe that's how it feels, but I like to use that term with the Five of Swords. The Five of Wands it's definitely drama. You're in the middle of some ego drama amidst some others going through that ego drama with you. And often with the Five of Wands, it is ego drama based on beliefs that you have held since childhood, or that someone else has, whomever you're arguing with. And it looks like it's affecting your home life, definitely, with the Four of Wands in reverse. Now, the number 44 may turn out to be particularly significant for you during the second half of December 2018. Okay. Because we do have the Four of Pentacles showing up as well. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. The Chariot is in reverse. The Seven of Swords shows up. 444 may be particularly significant. The Four of Swords is coming up as well. The Ten of Wands. The World card's in reverse. Something's not finished. Something's not complete. Well, what it is that some of us Taurians, some of us are hoping that something is not complete. We don't feel like we have closure on something, and we're hoping that it's not finished. Also, some of us are afraid that we are afraid of success. And I think that's an okay place to be. I mean, it sounds fear sounds sort of, it sounds like you could be perpetuating the cycle, but I think it's good. I think it's showing that a lot of you are paying attention to the fact that you're afraid of your own success. And I think that's a great thing. I think that's a really good thing for you to acknowledge that you might be holding yourself back with these disputes, with these arguments, that you might be immersing yourself in petty ego drama, or if it's not petty, in this drama that is propelled by, again, beliefs from people's childhoods, whether it's your own beliefs from your childhood or someone else's. You may be delving into these feuds, this drama, in order to avoid facing the fact that, you know, you're afraid of your own success. But this in your fear position suggests to me that you're aware of it, and I think that's a good thing, that you're aware of it, that you know why you might be now conscious of the fact that subconsciously you've tried to distract yourself. A lot of us are caught up in petty ego drama, but if it's fights that are related to beliefs that we've held since we were a child, or beliefs that someone else in this fight with us have held since they were a child, it can be that these were conditionings, right? These are things that other people ingrained in us at a malleable age, and they're not ready to let go of them, and we cannot change those points of view for someone else, and they cannot change ours. You know, we have to reach a place where we're ready to change that. That's something, it's just like an addiction, right? You know, people say that you can't quit smoking for anyone else. You have to want to do it for yourself. And people say that you can't quit drinking for anyone else. You have to do it for yourself. It's thought patterns and beliefs that someone else ingrained in you at a malleable age. Those are addictions as well. And you can't change someone else's. You can't convince someone else to let those go. You can only realize that yourself, that you desire to change those. I'm sorry, we've lost the music and I'm being stubborn about it. I know a lot of you make comments about not needing it, but it's really, selfishly, it's just as much for me. I like to have this on in the background, and it's fighting me for some reason. Fighting me as I'm talking about your petty ego drama. And I say your, but I mean to say ours. I'm a Taurus sun, Mercury, and Venus, so I'm right there with you. And with the four of wands in reverse, it's like I said, it's absolutely affecting your home life, what could otherwise be a happy, comfortable home. For a lot of you, it is these petty arguments, this ego drama, or these impasses that you're reaching because of the age that these conflicting beliefs arose. It's going to cause you to miss, it might be amongst family or friends who are like family, and it's going to cause some of you to miss holiday events. You're going to sit out on attending things where you would have to engage with these people. Yeah, I can feel an overwhelming confirmation about that. A lot of you are going to sit out some familial events. A lot of you are thinking about another earth sign, another earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo, or another Taurus. When your ego is quiet, when that ego drama is not resounding in your mind, there is this vision of a secure, creative, yet practical, feminine, mature feminine character in that space in your mind when your ego is quiet. Now that might be you, that might be a vision of ourselves that we have, earning and worthy and wealthy, perhaps as a mother, perhaps as a teacher, to be specific, but it could be someone else, it could be someone outside of yourself. Yes, a lot of us are hoping to earn, or hoping to focus on our work, to focus on what it is that we'd like to create in the world and how much wealth and abundance that can bring to us. But as I said, we are maybe immersing ourselves in this ego drama, in these impossible feuds, because we are afraid of our own success. But I do see in this reading, those of you who are doing that, you know that you're doing it. And that could be particularly frustrating. Some of you feel like, yes, I see that I'm doing that, but I don't know how to stop. But I repeat that it is not a bad thing for you to be afraid of the fact that you're doing that to yourself. That means that it's been brought to your conscious. That means that you are aware of it now. Now, if it's not an earth sign, I think the earth sign is probably yourself that you're thinking of, this mature, creative yet practical version of yourself. But if it's not an earth sign, or for some of you, it can be an earth sign outside of yourself. If it's not an earth sign outside of yourself, there might be a Cancer outside of yourself that you're missing, because in the root of the situation, we do have the Chariot reverse. Now, that's just to get specific with the signs, but the signs don't necessarily have to resonate. The Chariot in reverse is also just, lacking confidence. It speaks to stuck energy, just feeling like you can't move forward in the root of the situation. Like there are two sides of you, like these two opposite looking sphinxes here that you just can't or couldn't in the root of the situation pull together, guide in the same direction. Part of you wanted one thing and part of you wanted something else, and it left you sitting and staring rather than planning and acting. And that absolutely can be what brings you to this place of, I'll just focus on these petty arguments instead of on moving toward my own success. Now, the Four of Pentacles is the energy that's more recent. And here are your fours. You're dealing with this lack of safety, security, and stability. And the Four of Wands in reverse, you're dealing with this lack of safety, security, and stability just after trying so hard to hold on to it. And then we have the Four of Swords coming up in reverse as well, suggesting that you absolutely do need some rest, some solemn contemplation and meditation on your own, going within, showing gratitude for what you have been able to hold on to, for the parts of you that are helping you through these fights and feuds, for the part of you that's helping you, as I said, remain conscious of the fact that maybe you're distracting yourself from your own success, right? But we have 444 here, so I see that number speaking to you, being particularly significant, and it is talking about security, stability. And you continue to strive very hard for this, Taurus. As I said, the recent past is this Four of Pentacles. The recent past is trying to protect your boundaries and succeeding for a lot of us, working to protect our boundaries, working to protect our energy, our time, our money, insisting on holding on to what we have, trying very hard, doing everything in our power to hold on to what makes us feel safe and secure. And it didn't have the effect that we hoped it would. What I see for a lot of us here is with the Four of Wands reversed is what we're currently dealing with. It just did not have the effect that a lot of us hoped it would. I'm sorry. We tried, right? We tried. And with the Four of Pentacles, often we tried too hard. If it was money, if it was security and safety in the sense of money, but anything material, anything tangible, anything that one can literally get their hands on and hold on to. But using money as an example, if it were resources and money that you were trying so hard to hold on to, often with the Four of Pentacles, it's the fact that you suffocated it a little bit, that you didn't allow an outflow of resources, and so the multiverse cannot meet that with an inflow. Everything has a cyclical nature. Everything has to work in a flow, in a circle, in a cycle. I can't tell you why, but I know that it does. And so if you don't let anything flow out, then nothing will no energy then can return. And so restricting and holding on tightly to what it is that we hope to have more of just doesn't work. You can't create more by keeping all of what you have. So for some of us, that's what we're looking at. Having tried to hold on too tightly to something tangible. And in the near future, we have the Seven of Swords energy. Now, this isn't always a negative thing, but it can be a selfish energy, the energy of a thief, someone trying to steal away with something, right? Trying to sneak off with something. So some of you in the near future are finding that someone is lying to you, betraying you sometime at the end of this month, taking something from you. But others of you, this is you. You feel that you have to take what you can, where you can, because you haven't been able to hold on to what you needed. And I get the overwhelming feeling that above all else, I'm talking about our own time and energy. We have to take the time that we need, make the time for ourselves, steal time for self-care, steal time to work on our business. We do have the Eight of Pentacles showing up on the bottom of the deck. The overall energy of the reading, I do think it's talking about an opportunity to increase our material wealth, but that could just be our health, our energy, and we may have to take it. We may have made promises to people, I'll do this, I'll do that, and we don't actually have the time and energy that we thought we would, because in our inner world is that Four of Swords reversed. When this card shows up, I do not ignore it. You will get sick. You will fall ill in some way, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, right? The Four of Swords reversed says you need this rest. Your energy body, your total energy is in need of you acknowledging what you are grateful for. A lot of us, because we're in these fights and feuds and our home feels unstable, unhappy, unsatisfying, unsafe. We haven't been able to hold on to the things that were most precious to us. We're in a negative mindset. We're not focused on what do we have that we are grateful for, and our total energy body in this reading are screaming that they are in need of that, to take time for solemn rest and contemplation, alone time. And I do think that's what we're stealing here. I think for most of us, we are finding we need to steal time and energy for that type of healing, for that type of solemn solo work, right? Where we acknowledge the way a soldier would coming out of battle, what we are so grateful for, what has helped us make it through these battles, what is left over. No, we have not been able to hold on to everything that was most precious to us, but surely there are some things that we have, right? And what I'm describing, I'm saying it casually like it's so easily done. It's not easy. It's not easy, Taurus. We have the Ten of Wands in our outer world. So first of all, other people around you who could normally at other times offer you support have their own burdens. They're overwhelmed. They're trying to heal. They're trying to complete tasks at the end of the year, and they don't have a lot of help to give or attention to give. And moreover, more so than that, this is the way that you look to other people too. It's apparent that you're struggling. It's apparent that you might not make it up that hill with that bundle of sticks. It's apparent that you might tip over, and that doesn't help. You're seen as burdened, and you feel this burdened. this burden. You know, and maybe it can give us some comfort to realize that it's an energy that we're all suffering with, everyone around us, but we want to be able to help those people we care about around us. And instead we're arguing with some of them and so overwhelmed with our own burdens that we have to deal with what's in our arms. And we can't be of use to anyone else, and we can't give much, and neither can they. And so this work of solemn meditation and contemplation, where you go within and show and tell yourself what there is to be grateful for, and do that work alone, is what is required, but is not easy. But all of this is happening because, as I said at the beginning, a lot of us are conscious of the fact that we're afraid of our own success, and we're allowing it to hold us back. We are creating excuses, or participating in, if not creating, these feuds, these fights, drawing them out, allowing them to take longer than they need to, refusing to just dismiss them with, well, I can't change your mind. You know, that's what a lot of us could do with this Five of Wands, with these other characters, is just drop the stick and walk away. I can't change your mind. I can't change your beliefs. Or this ego drama isn't worth it. This isn't worth my time. But we're seeing that we're engaging in this because we're afraid to focus on what we really want. We're afraid to ask ourselves, what am I truly capable of? And the answer is anything. Anything is possible. Absolutely anything is possible. But some of us are afraid to try and fail. And again, the burden of completing this task is just that. It feels like a burden. This is often a spiritual journey, creative and or spiritual journey that's coming to a close, and you've realized that no one else can help you finish that journey. It's all on you, and it is not easy. It doesn't mean that you won't complete the task. It doesn't mean you're not on your way, but you may fail and fail and fail and fail and fail before you don't. And that's why, that can be why it's so hard. That can be what a lot of us are afraid of, how long it will take. And that's just a reality of life. That's not an easy message to deliver, and it's not an easy message to receive. But but I feel so much physical confirmation about this right now, Taurus, and I think the reason it's coming as physical confirmation and not audio or visual confirmation, or even claircognizant confirmation. It's coming as physical confirmation because this is about what's tangible. This is about what we need, what we want to create, and what with the abundance and wealth that we feel we deserve in a tangible way. It's not easy to attain, and it may require many, 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 many failures before one success. And again, not an easy message to deliver, not an easy message to receive. And moreover, more so than that, not only may this completion, may this strive for distant success that's truly in our heart, that we really want, not only is it hard, and not only will it require many failures, and not only does it require putting down your sticks and walking away from people who feel like the real enemy, because you acknowledge that really it's your own fears that are the enemy. After all that, after all the failures, and after the burden of completing that cycle, it's only the beginning. That is only the beginning. This is all just about the beginning of something you want. A seed, an offering, an opportunity. Honestly, it's still an option at this point for many of you. You know what you want. You see the way forward. Some of you are literally just afraid that you're afraid to go after it because you're afraid of how much longer it's going to take than you want it to. And the end results, the final outcome, is progressing forward slowly and steadily, stubbornly. And here's the gift. When you're moving so slowly, you are going to notice every detail of this journey. You are going to soak up every drop, every lesson, every sensation, and you're not going to miss details that could trip you up later. Once this success has flourished, once this business is bigger, once you share it with more people, your intuition is on point at this time, Taurians. We have the High Priestess showing up. And so some part of you, even if it's a subconscious part, the part of you that's not caught up in the ego drama, knows this, knows that even though you're fighting the slow nature of the progress that you're going to make or are making already, that it's for the best, that you can pay attention to these details, that you progress forward in a way that allows you sure success. That progress is slow and steady, but it is sure to reach its destination. And the knights, they are fast moving. The Knight of Pentacles is just the slowest knight. So you're not moving as slowly as the Chariot in reverse, which is stuck or moving backwards, which is lacking confidence, losing focus, unable to rein in its extremes, to point it in one concentrated direction, right? That's stuck. That's slow. The Knight of Pentacles is moving forward at a brave and valiant rate, but by comparison to the knights around it, by comparison to the Knight of Swords, who can be reckless, by comparison to the Knight of Wands, who can be temperamental, by comparison to the Knight of Cups, who can offer affections that he or she is not actually really ready to offer. By comparison, the Knight of Pentacles can seem too slow. Don't compare yourself. Comparisons are so rarely useful. It's not that there's not a place for them, but they are so rarely useful. No need to call on them. It will become apparent to you when a comparison is necessary, when it's helpful. But across the board, but usually they're not. So you focus on your coin, you focus on your opportunity, you focus on your business, you focus on your home, you focus on your goal, your tangible goal, your dreams, impossible though some of them may seem, far away as some of them may seem. You focus on who you want to be, on what you want to create, not on what it looks like compared to someone else. And that will liberate us. That will transform us. This is our advice card. This is the Death card and other decks. Noted here, of course, as transformation, liberation, and transition. Let's be something new. Let's be someone we've never been before. Let's be something that we're not. We're frustrated with the rate that we're moving at. If we're unsatisfied with the home environment that we're in, if we don't like, and I take it that none of us do, the feuds, the fights, the arguments, the petty ego drama that we're engaging in, if we're not comfortable under the weight of the burden that we're carrying, then let's be someone else. Let's begin to transition into who we want to be. Let's decide to morph ourselves, transform ourselves into what we are comfortable being. You don't ever want to be afraid of your own success again. You don't ever want to choose petty ego drama over progress and forward movement ever again. You don't ever want to be someone who holds so tightly to the things that are precious to them that they suffocate them accidentally. Then let's choose right now to be someone else. Let's be someone that makes us happy to be. It's not that who we've been hasn't served a purpose. It's not that who we've been wasn't part of our destiny, wasn't part of what we were meant to be for a time. But we're uncomfortable. We feel like we have to steal time for ourselves, for our own energy. Not all Taurians, this won't resonate with everybody, but for those that this reading does, this reading is saying it's only in our mind's eye at this point that we see ourselves clearly. It's only when our ego is quiet. Shed that ego, Taurians. It's only when our ego is quiet at this point that we can see who we truly are, our authentic selves. And that is who you want to be. Trust me. It's who your authentic self truly already is. The real you. And the only place the real you is really showing up in this reading, this mature, more completed version of you, of us, is in our mind's eye right now, is when our ego is quiet. And in the outcome of the situation, we are certainly on our way there. And it is just in our nature, I'm sorry, but it is just in our nature that the progress there is slow and steady. And honestly, I mean, perhaps I'm prejudiced because I am a Taurus, but what would you rather have? Quick progress that might fail you later? Or slow but steady progress that you know is leading you to exactly where you want to be and exactly who you want to be? You can catalyst the transformation. You do not have to wait for more arguments, more pain, more situations that make you feel stuffy and uncomfortable to push you to that transformation. You can just decide. Such is the beauty of being human. At any second, we can decide that we want to make a transformation, that we want to be who we see ourselves being in our mind's eye. But we want to become our potential. And it's the end of the year. This is the end of 2018. You're making your list of resolutions now, if ever, are you not? What a better time to choose transformation, to decide on transformation. Show the world a little bit of magic. Show them what it looks like when you create that transformation without an outside catalyst, something from within you. Okay, we'll have to leave it at that, Taurians. I hope it helped. I hope it offered insight. I hope it offered you something that you didn't have when you came to the reading. And I hope you will make very wise choices moving forward. I hope you will always choose the transformation into what you want to be, who you want to be. I thank you for being here and for liking and subscribing. That really helps. Thank you so much. Always appreciate that, as well as messages, emails, comments, shares. I love hearing how the reading resonated with you. If it did, I do love to hear if you feel like sharing. The last thing I'll say is that if you would like a private reading, you can use the links below to order from me. And I want to note that you are scheduled as soon as you make your payment with me. I hope that keeps it simple for us. And you are also more than welcome to email me at LunarticksTarot@gmail.com. We can talk before or after your purchase, or not at all. You don't have to share any information with me if you don't want to. Whatever works for you. I love you, Taurus, and I will post another tarot fix for us just as soon as I can.